Hello, I'm a little early, so, and that never happens, so I will just wait for people to pop on, and I thought I would go through the supplies for today, and then we'll get building, and do this as fast as we can, because I don't want to waste anyone's time for today, so let's just wait for some people to sign on. I know you're not ready, because I'm early. No one is ready for me to be early ever, because I'm always a few minutes late, but I'm usually late because like I have to set up my phone and everything, and sometimes that takes a long time, so yeah. Hey Stacy. Oh, I'm shaking the whole camera. Oh my word, Kara. It's not better, but okay. It's just, I was being a little dramatic. I didn't think the post was going to turn so crazy, but it really, really hurts. I couldn't walk on it this morning. It was throbbing, and but I mean, it was in my foot, so I just think I damaged a bunch of stuff inside, and that's why it hurts. But I'm okay. I'm gonna limp around for a little bit, and then we'll see what happens. I was actually looking for the little wire that was in my foot. I saved it for a while. Let me see if I can find it. It was like a solid piece of wire, but thank you anyway for asking. Yeah, it wasn't fun when it happened, but that's okay. Hi Erica. So we are going to use the same filler as I used yesterday. It is all part of all the new fillers that we got in, now that we've kind of really launched the filler collection stuff. Hey Tammy. Yeah, so I'm going to use kind of all of it. I'm going to show you what I got, and I've done just a tiny little bit of prepping, so that we're not on here for like 7 hours, but I will show you what I've done so far, and yeah, take it from there. Okay. All right, so let me show you what I've got. So I have this hanging thing. It says blessed, and it's like it's got space here for stuff. Okay. So what I've done just before, hey Jill, what I've done before I turned on the camera is I hot glued some foam into this little pool thing here, and then I have silver wire, because obviously this is silver, so it'll blend in better. So I've wired on top of that just to make sure I hold those foam blocks in place. Okay? So that is all I've done in order to prep it. I haven't done anything else. I haven't touched anything else. This is how the sign came. And I'm going to be building it like this, but I'll keep flipping it so that you guys can see it. But so far, I just have the foam glued down, and I have it wired just to make sure it doesn't move. And now I'm going to cover it with some moss that I need to find under all of this stuff. Actually, I just pulled all this filler. So I think my moss is on the bottom. So don't mind me crunching. Sorry for this. Sure, Erica. That'd be great. So the filler that I'm using today is all from our collection. And I have some flowers today as well. And yeah, it's 30% off. It's filler 30 is the coupon code. Make sure you put that in. Make sure that you're not signed in on wholesale, because you can't use a coupon code with wholesale. So, okay, so I've got moss. I'm gonna take my moss out. Moss is messy, but whatever. And I'm going to glue it in the front of the foam, and then I'm going to turn it over and do the back as well. So I'm just going to glue it to cover it, okay? That's all I'm doing. Thanks, Erica. I can pin that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pin it. Okay. Sale information is pinned on the bottom. And now I'm just going to cover up this foam with moss. And make sure you stop me if you have any questions. I'm not gonna like try to take up too much of your time, even though this is kind of a big tutorial. I'm gonna go as fast as I can But please, if you have any questions, just ask. Okay, so I did the front, and I'm just going to cover the back as well. You don't have to cover the back, but if you're selling it, I would cover the back just to make it look nice. And I really so I kind of just make things on the fly, so I don't really have a picture in my head of what I'm making today. So we're gonna see how that works out. But I know I have good filler and flowers, so I'm figuring it's gonna work. But it's not like I've done something like this before, but I figured let's just try it and be adventurous. Okay, now I'm gonna just tuck it over the top. If you have sensitive fingers, you're gonna not wanna use your fingers to do that, but I don't have sensitive fingers anymore, so. Okay, so I've got my bottom part covered like a little nest, just so that you don't see the foam when we start building, and we're gonna need that foam because I wanna fill up all that space, okay? So, can you see this good and clear? It looks like you can, right? We're good? Okay, so if you're watching any of my tutorials for wreaths or things like that, you know that we start with the thicker type greeneries, the things that fill more space first, and then we start getting down to the more fun and colorful and wispy type greeneries after that. So here's the thing. You can wire things if you have something like this. And again, I had the silver wire because it's a silver ring, but I know that greenery and flowers and stuff sticks to the wood. So I'm gonna build everything off my wood first and glue it to that. But if you don't have something like that, you can glue it to. You can just wire your first layer. So I'm gonna use some of my silver dollar eucalyptus first. It's a give you a tip. So I'm just gonna take a couple pieces of my silver dollar, which I still believe is available. Last I saw, it was available, so just gonna get a couple different sizes and shapes here. There was burgundy and green, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure both of those colors are still available. But obviously this is the green. Okay, and so this is going to be my base. And I'm going to use some of my bigger leaves first, so they're in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue it right to the wood, and then I will use my wire to kind of shape it a little bit. So I'm going to put glue down on my wood. I'm going to just stick my stem right in there. Then I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to pin it where I want it to be. And again, you can wire this bottom layer pretty good and no one's going to see it. And when we start to get to the top, we're going to have enough layers that we're going to build right onto it. So I'm just going to put let me do it facing you. I'm going to hold my greenery where I want it. And I've got my silver wire again because it's a silver ring. Okay. And then I'll trim it off. Again, I really am not sure what I'm making right now yet, so I'm just going to go with the flow and figure out what shape I like. But I don't necessarily have a shape in mind, exactly what I'm doing. So, okay, perfect. Thanks, Erica. All right, so I'm going to do another layer of green. I'm going to, again, glue it to my wood first. And then if I need to wire it, I can wire it after. Let me hold it there while it dries. So I'm not sure what I'm doing this. I have all these things in my house that I've made with tutorials, and I'm not sure what to do with them right now yet. So if anyone has ideas, that would be helpful. Okay. I don't know if I want to wire it because, let me see. I might just glue it to the side just a bit. Can you see that? Let me move it in. I just have to wait for it to dry before I really pull on it. I might stick a piece of wire just to hold this one down. Just have to feed it through your leaves so that you don't pin everything else down. And then I'm going to trim off the edges. Just fold that in there. You can use other color wire if, oh, did I freeze? On my side it looks like good connection, so I'm not sure. Sorry if I froze. Okay, so I'm okay with connection. Okay. So I'm just going to glue down some of these pieces, and then we're going to move down to the other side for the greens. Okay. You just got to wait till it dries before you can move your hand off of it, because with the preserved, it kind of fights back. Unlike a fake one, it like will pull up. So you got to make sure you hold it down while it's drying. You just want to make sure the leaves are like pinned down wherever you're wanting them. But we have a lot more layers going on after this too. So, okay. Now I'm going to go the other way. And you want to see which way it curves naturally so you don't fight against it so much. Again, we're going to start on the wood so that it has a place to glue to, and then if I need to wire it, I can do that right after. But I think we're good because I can glue this to the moss. So I'm going to just do the side, and then I'm going to have some stuff on the bottom, and then maybe some things cascading down because I can't help myself when it comes to things that are cascading. So I might add that to it too. I don't know yet. I'm just creating while I'm doing this. So again, this is the Silver Dollar Eucalyptus. So this is part of our filler sale. The sale information is at the bottom. It's pinned at the bottom. It's filler 30 to get 30% off. So get it while it's on sale because it doesn't go on sale often. I'm going to hold it up for you in a second. Okay, so see how we're just building? We're just building. Oops, see how this little guy fell? So we have to just make sure we glue him back. So you can put glue on the preserved. Just got to be careful. Not go too much because sometimes it makes it discolored where the heat will hit it. So I'm just going to go down around, oh, sorry. Go around just a little bit more. I'm going to glue this to the moss now. fits my hand. Okay, any questions so far? I'm doing. So yeah, I got this from Big Lots. I do not remember how much it cost, but that is where I got it. So now I'm just going to pin down my leaves. Again, I think I'm done with my green part because I have so many other fillers that are going to be going on that I'm not sure I need them. Maybe I'll do one more this way to cover the whole bottom, and then we'll be done with the green part, and then we're going to go in with all of our other fun stuff. I'm trying to go kind of fast because I don't want to keep you here for like a million years. So if you have questions, please stop me. Okay, so I've got my green base down. Okay, and again, we're going to have stuff to fill this area with. You can make sure that there's no leaves that you need to control. I don't mind this one leaf hanging out. He's kind of big, but it's okay for now at least. I might trim him later. Okay. Red willow eucalyptus. Okay, I'm gonna sneeze from the foam. This is red. It's willow eucalyptus. Amazing quality. We still have it up on the website. Part of the sale. $1.30. Next, I'm gonna do these guys, and I'm gonna just add them kind of in between my green, just to add that red kind of leafy base. And I'm going to start again on the wood part so that I can connect to something. Sometimes preserved filler is a little trickier because you have to work with its natural shapes and curves and stuff. But, can you guys see? But, so pretty. Now for a wall hanging like this, again, for any preserved, it's not good to keep it like in direct sunlight or anything. So make sure you're not just like putting it on a door where it's going to be like sweating hot, because you can actually damage the preserved by doing that. So, alright, so I'm just filling in some spots with this red. Anyone have any questions so far? It's not really difficult so far, but I don't like to like place beforehand. I know some people like to like put their stuff out and then glue down, but I don't like to waste time, so I just go for it. I always figure I'll figure it out somehow. So I'll hold it up again when I'm done. So I'm just gluing directly to the other eucalyptus right now. So we made our base, and that was wired in a good spot. And now I'm just gluing. This is like such a strong preserve that I can't even rip it off with my hands. Okay, if you have questions, stop me. We're going to move on to other fall colors as well. I feel like I need a smaller one. Okay, I'm going to keep going around, and then I will hold it up for you. Everyone's so quiet today. There's 22 of you out there, and you're all quiet. Last night we did a nighttime tutorial to try to get my night owls a chance to see alive. So we've just been kind of alternating times just so that everybody can be a part of seeing things and asking questions. So I'm just layering this in, guys. Not doing anything really superbly special than just fitting these in between things. So I messed up. Now, I don't know what kind of door you have, but this could certainly go on. Like if your outside door is a wooden door, I have glass. So there's no way that I could put this on mine because it would slam against the glass. But for sure you could put it on a wood door. Sorry, I have to use my teeth to filter it through, but otherwise the hot glue doesn't stick. I know, Gabby, aren't they amazing? Sultan did such a good job picking these out. Like, Andrew?
You know my YouTube channel?
Andrew, I'm on a live. Sorry. My son did not realize I was on a live. He's talking about his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. I don't have a YouTube channel. Yes, Gabby, they're great. Sultan did a great job picking these out. They're like super good quality. They're really great. So let me hold this up for you so you can see what we've got going. Okay, so I have the foam down below. And all my green and my red there. Okay, so we are going to move on to our next filler. And again, we're going to start like with our bigger and bushier type greens before we go into some of the wispier type things. So I'm going to, I actually have this Princess Pine, and I think it's called Burgundy on the website. I have my receipt somewhere, but I think this might be the Burgundy. I hope so. I don't want to tell you something wrong. But I love Princess Pine. I've been obsessed with it since I got it last time. And I use it in everything. I'm pretty sure this is called Burgundy. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking it is. Let me put this in here. I'm going to fill this. And then we're going to go to our wispiers. The Princess Pine, Sandy? Yeah, it's the best in the world. I know, everyone, like, we come and we just keep going like this because it's like super strong. It's not like crumbly or anything like that. And it's hot. No, this is not the red, so this is Burgundy. I know I did not order red, so we're just gonna make believe we know for sure. Okay. Just gonna fill this now. Again, kind of not any like rhyme or reason, but oh wait. Do you spray all of your preserve filler with some sort of sealer? Yeah, so it depends on where it's going. So if it is on a front door, I use a poly clear coat spray. Yes, I do. But you still, even if you seal it, it doesn't mean that like it's protected from heat or anything. Like if you put it, if it's in direct heat and sunlight, your preserve will start to like bleed all the stuff that's in the leaves. And so you just need to make sure you're not putting it in direct heat. This one's fall, so I'm not really worried about it being too hot out. But yeah, even when you seal it, you're still wanting to like keep it out of the direct heat because preserves, you know, are filled with stuff to preserve it. So, all right. You guys can still see this clearly, right? So I'm going to keep going around, and then we're going to, I'm going to hold it up for you in just a second. So I always do this. I don't know, maybe other people like do a certain section at a time or something, but I like to do one filler at a time. Make sure that I've got it evenly dispersed. But this is such a beautiful color too. I love the oranges and yellows and reds like all together, and then pops of purple for the fall. Not just like orange and yellow, orange and yellow. I don't really like to just do that, so. All right, and we have to decide if we want things coming like down out of it. What do we think? Should I do anything that cascades down? I mean, I know like I'm obsessed with things that cascade, but what do you think? I'm gonna hold it up and then you guys can tell me what you think, because I gotta do it now if I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it up and then you're gonna give me your opinion. Okay, do I have something that comes down and cascades down, or am I just obsessed with cascading things that I can't help myself and I should back it up? So tell me if I should have stuff coming down besides glue webs. Okay, I'm gonna wait for your answer to tell me while I get my next filler ready, okay? Because I need to do that now if I am gonna do that. Do you wanna like see what I'm talking about? Let me show you maybe what I'm talking about and maybe that'll help you. So we can make this none. Okay, you're saying that I need to get over the whole cascade. Is that what you're saying to me? Is that I need to get over it? I don't mean like cascading, like drooping down, but just this little piece hanging off. We love it. Then I'm not. Leave it. Okay. Let it go, Dana. Let it go. Okay. Not doing it. Good. Now we're moving on. This cassia. We have 3 new caspias, and then we filled a bunch of other colors too, but the ones that have the tips that are a different color. So this is yellow green. So it's green with the tips of yellow. And we have burgundy with tips of white. And then we have green with tips of white. White tipped green, white tipped burgundy, and then yellow, green. See, they do. See, some people like it a little bit going off, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold back because all I do all day is cascading stuff. So, okay, so I'm going to pull off some of this cassia that has a touch of yellow in it. It's yellow-green. Check out all the colors of cassia. I use cassia like in everything. This is going to make the colors kind of pop a little bit better with this little bit bright yellow. See, everyone likes it falling off. Now I'm going to be sad because I can't go back. There's no time to go back. Okay. It's all right. When I'm done, when I fill this, if I feel like we need to have something coming off, then maybe I will add that. But sometimes I'm like, I don't want to just overdo cascading simply because I love it. Yeah. As many people know, I'm a more is more kind of person, like in all of my life. The more anything in my life I can do, that's usually what I end up doing. So anyway, I'm adding this to it. The colors really make the other ones stand out. We have such a dark base that this brightness is really going to make it pop. And as we just add layers of color and stuff, it'll really make this simple. This was like a simple sign, you know, when we started, but it really brings it to life when you can add this stuff on it. There's not really any rhyme or reason of where I'm putting this. I just like to space it evenly. I like it not all to go to one side or the other, so I try to alternate sides. Yeah. This is going to be very full by the end. And I actually have flowers for this, so I'm trying to move quickly so that you guys can see that too. And I know a lot of people catch these on the replays, so if you have questions even in the replay, I do go back and answer. Make sure that if you have any questions that I answer those. So if you are watching it on the replay, don't worry, you can still ask your questions. Okay, a few more pieces of Caspia, and I'll hold it up and show you until we move on to the next one. And really, you could just do this with just filler. I do have flowers and all this other jazz, but you really don't have to add anything but filler. But I am going to anyway. Okay, let me show you what we got going on. And then we will move to flowers, because the rest of our filler is going to go like between flowers. Then let me get all the webs away. Okay. We're very webby right now. Okay. See what we got going on so far? Thanks, Chandra. It's from Big Lots. Okay, so see how that yellow-green just really makes it pop? Okay, so now we're going to move to flowers and accessories, and then we will fill with the other colors and fun fillers. So I got pumpkins, and I have flowers. I'm not sure everything that I'm going to use, but right now we're going to add our flowers to it first. Oh, and I got one of these in my RIP bag. So I'm going to use them because I have one. So here's my colors. I've got oranges and purples and wines and then raw, along with skinned. So I'm going to start to fill with flowers. Now, I always start with my wreaths. I always start in my centers, and then I start to move out. What is the round base of this? It was just a sign that I bought from Big Lots. Nothing in particular, just a sign, like it was already made that way. Okay, now some of these will need to be wired, and some of them I can glue directly to it. So let me show you. I'm going to start with this one. Can you guys see that good? Okay, I'm going to start with this one on the center. I usually use my biggest flower. Let me see which is my biggest flower. They're both big, so let me do this one. So I'm going to go directly down onto my greens. I'm just going to really glue it up and do it directly to it. And I always start again in the center, and then I work my way on either side. I don't want this to cover the bee. Just trying to see which size I need next. So I've got purples and oranges. Yeah, it's really great. This Caspia is really great, but these are kind of big, so I don't really want to use all of those. See, I have oranges, and I even have this like lighter purple that I want to use. Let me show you all the colors I got. I've got these oranges, and then I've got these raw. Let me show you. I don't know the names of all of these flowers, so if you ask me, I'm probably not going to know them all, but I'm trying to learn all the names. But there's so many options of flowers that I get lost a little bit. Okay, so there's all my flowers. So now we got to figure out where we want to put them. And I also want it to fill down here as well. So And let's just start building and see where it takes us. Now, I use a wire. Let me use this one. Okay, so I'm going to wire it up. And I leave just a nub of a wire, okay? And this is going to be able to slide it under like the greenery and the other flowers. Okay, so I'm going to fold it up like this. So do you see it? Can you see this? Hold on. Do you see how I have it folded? And then that way I'm going to slide it under the greenery and the flowers, and that will hold it nice and tight for me in there. And I'm just going to start adding some flowers. Some of them I can glue directly without needing a wire. But the ones that need to really be slid in, then you're going to have like a little nub of a wire. Does anyone have any questions? I don't want to go too crazy with flowers because I want to be able to see it. I cannot say that. It looked like it to me, but sometimes I mix them up too. Once they're dyed and they look a little bit different, sometimes I get mixed up. So yeah, I was able to do the Mademoiselle. I was able to dip it and it kept its shape like the whole time. I am going to hold this up for you to see well. I'm not going to go crazy with the flowers just because I just want like the natural beauty to show. I mean, it's all about fillers today. It is pinned in the comments if you haven't picked up your filler. All of the fillers I used today are 30% off, and they're all available online at lovesoloflowers.com. So, okay. Any questions? No? Okay. And keep going. I think this guy needs a wire. So again, I curved the wire. I'm going to glue up and down the wire, and then I'm going to slide it under the other flowers. And that will hold it in place for me. Again, I don't want to cover too much of this up, so I have a lot of flowers picked out, and I don't think I want to use like all of these guys. So I'm going to show you what we can do. Some of them. Okay. It's difficult for me to like put things back away. I like to just fill and fill and fill, but I don't want to overdo this. So I'm not gonna. I'm going to hold back a little bit. I know, Eric, it's so quiet, except for my children when they don't realize I'm videoing. Yeah, why is everyone so quiet today? No one has any questions? Everyone's just watching? Our nighttime crowd is a little bit more wild. Gonna hold it up when I'm done with this, and then we're gonna fill where I put my foam. The wreaths are the easiest way to get webs. They just pile up. I'm gonna try to de-web them just a little bit here. Oof. But I definitely want my fillers to show. And we're gonna fill in with fillers. So have no fear, we are gonna see everything. And then you guys can tell me if you think I should put pumpkins or something like that. Because I'm going to show you what those would look like. And then you guys can help me decide. Because again, I didn't really come with a game plan here. Let's see, do I have all the colors I wanted? Do I want... Yeah, I think that's good. Let me show you. Again, we have to fill between these, but just so you can see the flowers part. Okay, but we're still going. We're gonna fill in between that, and we're also gonna fill the bottom. Okay, so for this bottom part, let me just show you the pumpkins that I have, and you can tell me if we should use them. There's pine cones in it too. I kind of want to use them, so let's just see if we are going a little too far or not. Okay. Oh, I just pulled off this little, hold on. And these are like foamy. Okay. All right. I'm going to hold it up like this so we can see what we think. Now I gotta see. Should we put some little pumpkins in there? Yes, the hair dryer with the heat will dissolve your webs. But for now, I don't have that. So, okay, so let's see if we want to add pumpkins. Did anyone say yes or no? I think I'm gonna sneak some pumpkins in there. We might as well. Okay, we're gonna do that. So I want to use my smaller ones. Okay, I'm gonna do one of each color. Okay, I have 3 colors. These were from Big Lots as well. I'm actually going to stem these because they're on a foam. Let's see if that works. Oh, they stemmed a little too easy. Ooh. Okay, it's for the pumpkins. Okay, these guys stem really easy, so you don't have to push really hard because your finger will go directly into the hot glue. Like super duper easy. Where did my stem go? Okay. Yeah, actually, if you don't glue these into the foam, you can move this stuff. If you pick a color that goes. It's all over me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it and then hold it up because, or can you see it if I'm doing it backwards? So we gotta make sure we're not going too tall. And again, I have foam there, so it's gonna go directly into the foam. So I am gonna glue mine in because I'm not gonna change seasons or anything. But I'm gonna go right into that foam. We're just gonna keep going, I guess, until we're sick of it. Okay, I feel like maybe this guy should go somewhere else, or should just be the 3 of them on the bottom. Let me see. I don't like that one up there, so hold on. All right, let me move. I want to see if I can fit him. I have no room for my white one and I'm sad. So let me see if I can scooch these over, even though I glued it. Okay, I have my pumpkins. I'm still gonna do filler between them, but you can see the pumpkins are on there. They're into the foam, so they're staying fine. Let me see. I do want to put like maybe a pine cone here or there. So let me see if I can stem this pine cone. I'm gonna try. I feel like this is gonna hurt me if I push too hard, but all right. I'm going to stem it a different way. I'm just gonna spin it around the bottom layer. So that I can position him between those, okay? In the front of the other ones. Yeah, it was sticking. I don't know if I could have gotten it in sticking in front of those other ones, but that's all right. I'm adding a pine cone in front of it, so I have just a couple pine cones. Let me just see where I want them. Again, guys, this isn't like science, it's just where things look okay. And I have one more that I want to use up here. I'm going to rotate it this way so you guys can see that while I put this pine cone in. So I'm just wrapping again the pine cone bottom layer. I need a longer one. Okay. So I wrapped it in the bottom layer so that I can go deep down in here and make sure it's secure. Okay. Okay, so far, again, we haven't done our pops of color with the rest of our filler yet, so, can you see that if I put this here? I have moss. Let me just put, I missed a spot of my foam that with moss, so I'm just adding that. So far, any questions? Are we good so far? Again, I needed that foam in order to make something be on the bottom, okay? It's gonna look more cohesive once we get all the fillers in, okay? Let's see. Anything else I wanted to use this guy, but he doesn't really have a home. Oh well. He's gonna have to be saved for another time. Okay, now I'm gonna use the bright orange dried baby's breath next, okay? This was a popular color so far. If you want orange, get it, because last time we had orange, we sold out of it. So, okay, so now I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna start to go in the middle of flowers, start to fill, but it's not gonna be my only filler, so I don't have to go too crazy with it. But I like this because it's going to really bring some brightness to it. We have a very dark palette right now, and it needs some brightness. I'm definitely going to make sure that I get some things between those pumpkins as well, because I want to make sure that they feel like a part of everything. I might even do a little bit of the princess pine in there. We'll see. We'll see as we fill what needs to be added or not. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to start filling from one side and go up to the top. Again, I always do one filler at a time. Just to make sure that I have it evenly dispersed. Does anyone have any questions? Everyone's so silent. Is everyone at work like sneaking in a live tutorial? I feel like maybe that's true. We want to see your projects too. I do all these tutorials. I'd love to see when you guys make things with it as well. Otherwise, it's silly for me to do tutorials if no one's ever making anything. Guys who are just joining, the filler is 30% off. So it is filler 30 for a coupon code. It does not go on sale very often because it's expensive, but the sale's till tomorrow. So make sure you buy if you need to. Oh, we have more people now. Are people on lunch? No, it's not lunch. Are people on break somehow? I want to add, just to drop a Caspia real fast because I have a gap that I want to fill here. Okay. Now, all of your greenery on the bottom should be going one way, and then all the greenery on the top should be going the opposite way. Thanks, Denise. Thank you, guys. I'm glad I can help. Otherwise, this is all kind of pointless if no one's making anything with me. All right. So this was the orange dried baby's breath. Such a pretty color. Just need to get a good angle on this, which is not cooperating with me. Hold on. Okay. I have a few more different kinds of baby's breath and fun wispy type things. You're scared to post projects? Why? Jill, your boss tells you to watch tutorials all day long because your boss needs you to be able to do this on your own. Just saying. It's true, Jill. Your boss lets you do a lot of things, and you should be watching more lives. I just want some green in here. I'm just going to add a little more green just to this front part so it doesn't get overwhelmed with color. Just don't want to hit the letters. I'm going to make sure that the word is definitely always readable. So don't go so crazy with your greenery that you become not able to see what the word says. And this is just one that they had there. I don't think they had any other words. I just liked the shape of this too. So, any questions so far? few more pieces of orange and then we're going to move on to the next. Trying to go fast. I know you guys don't want to spend your whole day watching me. Although you can leave too, I guess. But let's see. Let me add a piece up to the top over on the side, and then I'll hold it up again for you. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, guys, after I'm done with it. Save it for someone who I have a last minute, like, Thanksgiving thing to give to? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. This is with the orange added. Okay. Yay, Ashley. Yeah, like, look how much that makes that pop. And I love all the wine and the purple mixed in with it. Okay, next filler. I know, you're thinking, how much filler can you get into something? I promise you, you can get a lot of filler into something. Just saying. Feels like I have company. Well, it's good because I feel like I have company when I'm doing this too. Okay, this was called Rust Preserved Baby's Breath. Okay, so that was the dry baby's breath. This is preserved baby's breath. This is like a rusty color. It's kind of like a mix of like a burgundy with an orange kind of color. So we named it Rust. That's what it looks like to me. And this is going to bring in another level of fluffiness. So, yes, this is from Big Lots. The sign is from Big Lots, and as well as the pumpkins were from Big Lots as well. Okay. And make sure when you make these things, you're charging enough money because, I mean, this was not cheap just for the sign without anything on it. And filler is not cheap either. So make sure that you're not like cutting yourself too short with what you're charging, because this was an expensive project to make. So make sure you're charging enough for your time and for your supplies. And I'm just going to add little pieces of this rust. And we still have 2 more fillers. I'm going as fast as I can. I know that you guys don't want to watch this for like 7 hours, but I'm going as fast as I can while explaining. It's gonna go on my finger. Okay. Again, the filler is 30% off till tomorrow. So don't kick yourself if you want this, if it either sells out or you don't get it on sale, because that's what usually happens, is you kick yourself. No, Big Lots is like a Walmart, but cheap. But it has like, I don't know what else it has. It's not like a craft place. It's got like home decor and furniture and things like that, but it also has like groceries. So as you can see, I really like filler, and so sometimes I just keep going and going and going. You could like stop at any point, but I don't know. I like to keep going on it. This is why I spend a lot of money on filler every month. Oh, it's gonna burn me. Because I just can't help myself. Oh, you guys had a Big Lots too. Yeah, they had a lot of fun things. I'm making something later on in the week from Big Lots as well, a pumpkin thing, but actually that's for next week. That's next week's tutorial, but it wasn't really cheap. Like, I thought that the point of Big Lots was to be cheap, but it really wasn't that cheap, so, but it's okay. All right, let me finish up the side. And we'll move on to our last two fillers, which are also going to bring like a lot of texture to this. Now the preserved baby's breath, guys, I have to be honest, I always thought baby's breath is for like fancy weddings or things like that. Yay! Yeah, so baby's breath, I thought it was for like fancy weddings or whatever, but like you can totally turn it into rustic, and with these colors, it doesn't feel so like traditional. You can certainly play with these colors now. He got a bunch of colors, so like a bunch. So go buy all the colors, practice with this baby's breath, because it's so fun to just add little pops of color to things. Got some serious glue webs going on. Okay, just gonna do my last little end piece. And then we're done. Okay. Huh. It's definitely not really like a save anymore. They definitely, their prices are not like super duper cheap. Anyway. Let me show you what it looks like with that one. Okay, what do you guys think so far? We're almost to the end, finally. We're just gonna add some texture with the Phalaris and the rat tail millet. I'm gonna make sure this bee is really visible. I'll make sure before I move on, but okay. So let's do the rat tail, just a couple of them. These are super fun. It's always good to have different shapes. Like you don't want just leafy things. You want this kind of stuff like, so this is what the rat tail millet looks like. You want to have like different shapes and textures. And so it's good to get all this kind of stuff and play with it because, yeah, you don't want to have it like boring. You don't want to have a bunch of filler that looks leafy or like Caspia or whatever. You want a bunch of different types of things. So I think with adding all of these different things, you definitely get a more textured look here, which seems to be. Yeah, so this will actually, these kind of like funky fillers are what really kind of bring it to life. Okay, so this is also going to give it that real rustic look that I'm kind of going for. I have so many webs here though. Okay, so I'm just pulling the rat tail like almost at the base of it so that I can put those in where I need. These are so fun. I never even heard of it. Sultan showed me them and I was like, oh, I love those. Oh, they make my nose itch. Okay, so yeah, he found these and he showed me and I was like, those are really cool. And they're not like dried. They're like, I mean, they might be dried, but they don't feel like crumbly dry kind of thing. So yeah, add these guys too here. I don't want them everywhere. It's not necessary to like go crazy. I mean, I do always kind of go crazy, but and I wanted to get nice pictures of everything with this filler, but it's pouring outside here. Can you guys see up on the top of what I'm doing here? Again, just makes it a little bit more special to have these kind of crazy texture things going on. I'm going to show you. I might not add it to the middle pieces. I'm going to add it to my ends and probably leave it at that. Okay, so here's with the rat tail. So just giving you like a little bit of something. Okay, and then we have Polaris, and then we're done. Because I didn't want to use my rice grass, even though I did want to use my rice grass. I didn't want to use it up because I love it. And if you didn't buy it, you need to buy it because it's the best. But I've got my tangerine colored Polaris, and we're going to end with this. Okay, I'm going to make them short. I've got so many webs going on here. Let me just cut the tops down so it's easier to maneuver. And so I can make this in front of you guys here. Okay. All right. Now, we've got to get these guys. I usually do them in more than one, so usually if it's 1 or 2 or 3, but I prefer them in 3s, but we're pretty full here, so I don't want to go crazy. So I'm probably just going to do it in 2s. Okay, I'm going to find maybe some of my darker areas. Sorry for the silence, guys. Concentrating. Now, I would have left these long if we had like more of a cascading down the edge of it, but these don't need to be long. They give it a nice pop of color, plus a little bit of different texture. Polaris is one of my new favorite fillers that we have. I mean, they're all my favorite, let's be honest. But this one in particular, I love. I love the rustic look. It's just my style, but okay, a few more. Then I'm going to hold it up, call it a day. I really pack things in. I think a lot of people can know my style or like know what I made because of all the filler and stuff that I shove into something. He's too tall. It's too tall. 20 of you have held out this whole time. Okay. Couple more pieces and we're done. Okay. Just all these different layering of color and texture is what really gives these kind of things like something special. It's something that you can like, you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy a wreath, right? And it's all done. But if you're really wanting to be special, adding all these different layers and colors and things like that that you've come up with on your own is what really makes them something different, you know? Like, anybody can buy a wreath with flowers and fillers and all that other stuff. But by layering stuff that's maybe even unpredictable, it's what will get you your most money. Like, people will pay a lot of money for these from me. Wreaths are a really big seller for me. I don't really have a lot of time to do wreaths, but they're a very big seller for me because I add the extra things that you can't just buy at a store. So think about that when you're making these kind of things, that even though you spend more money on things like filler, you definitely get more money in the end because people will pay for that added, you know, design that you can't just buy at a store. Like, you can buy a wreath with just flowers on it, but all this extra preserved stuff and everything, that's what makes it really special. So, okay, my last piece. And then we'll hold it up and show you. And then we're done. Whew, if you made it with me this long, thanks. That was intense, wasn't it? But we have something beautiful at least. I'm just going to debub it and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Maybe I'll even hold it against my wall just so you can see. Okay, let me stand up. Let me stand up and show you. That's crooked. Hold on. Lower. Just joking. Lower. Do you see? So, yeah. So guys, get unpredictable colors and unpredictable flowers and like create something cool. Don't just copy people and color schemes. Like, come up with your own color schemes that are really awesome. So I had like purples and wines and oranges and greens and all that jazz, and it really does make it something special. You didn't really even need the flowers, but I think they give it some extra oomph. And so yeah, so these fillers, 30% off today. It was Preserved Baby's Breath in Rust, Dried Baby's Breath in Orange, Phalaris in Tangerine, Rat Tail Millet in Burnt Oak, Red Willow, Green, Silver Dollar Eucalyptus, the Yellow Green Caspia. So yeah, we use a lot of it. Yeah, we usually use the hairdryer. I do usually do that. I just, yeah. No, it will not harm them, but I mean, you don't want to put it on high blast, but it's just quick. The glue strings, they just like melt so fast. Like you shoot it and it goes, they dissolve like in midair. So yeah, so that's what we made today. I hope you liked it. Yeah, it's fun to play with fillers. Like, buy all the colors. Buy all the fillers. Buy them out because they're on sale, and they're not always on sale, and you can make some amazing things with some of these colors. Don't be afraid of color. Like, don't just get the natural. Like, get burgundies, get purples, get oranges, get all these crazy colors. Get hot pink. Like, guys, you're going to have the spring stuff. It's going to need hot pink, and you need to build that in the winter. So, get it all. Get it all. That's all I have to say. Where did you get that? The round thing? It's from Big Lots. It was already like that, and I added foam. You can watch it on the replay to hear all the details about what I actually used and made and how it worked. But this is my finished product. Hope you love it. I don't know what to do with it yet. We'll figure something out. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Make sure you get your filler on sale. Ending tomorrow. Just saying. I know a lot of you even went back because you saw all this stuff, but I'm covered in stuff. So, okay, that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to turn off the camera and finish the rest of my day. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you grab some really fun fillers.